Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Chemda, we had silent trailers the other day. The game show, the best game ever did.
I won. I win every time.
Well,
Actually, I hosted, and Keith, you did a great job.
I connected with Chemda, and oh, what a day. Thank you, everyone who joined us live virtually this past Saturday. You saw me destroy Courtney McGinnis, Dina Hashem, Calvin Cato, Murph Meyer. Next. Next. But do me a favor, make sure you're following all of them on social media. Let them know that you still respect them. It's hard, but we're going to try. The score, you know what the score was?
It was pretty intense. Yeah.
They had 44 points. This is, of course, is the game where Chemda describes movie trailers, but she doesn't know movies or actors. And then we have to guess what the movie is. 44 to 111. Oh.
When I physically saw those numbers, 44 versus 111, yeah. I'm like, oh, these are beautiful numbers. That everyone has the same number, but I didn't know how to sort of say something fun about that. Like, oh, I'm looking at a beautiful number. The team, you have a beautiful 44. That's 4 twice. Keith, you have 3 1s. And even if this was poker, you would have dominated.
They thought the scoring in Space Jam 2 made more sense. But anyway, I appreciate everybody for coming out. This was done virtually, of course, so you're in the safety of your house. The next Silent Trailers tickets will be posted soon. Until then, let's give a shout out to my friends backstage who are celebrating Bethany's birthday. Happy birthday, Bethany. And thanks everybody that was part of it. It's fun to guess who's going to fuck up the mic check.
Yeah.
And that's a game itself.
Yeah, that's like the game show backstage before the game show on stage.
Now, other big news we talked about last week, keithandthegirl.com/vulture, a Vulture article that centers around the dad emails. The dad emails, of course. I mean, it's this old story, but I'm catfished my dad acting like I was my ex-wife, and we're having cyber sex. And then there's some comments under the article that tells you, keithandthegirl.com/dad, all that. Yikes, says this person. This is awful. What a creepy, debased, clearly antisocial people. Disappointed in New York Magazine, they're the parent company, for platforming this sort of thing. Gross, gross, gross.
You went to the parents? You little, what are we allowed to say? Not bitch, right?
It's hard to tell what you can't say nowadays. Okay. Here's another one. Why would anyone want to hear about a grown man having cyber sex with his dad?
You know what? That one has a point. And I forget how sick this whole story sounds. You didn't have cyber sex, but right. your father did hit on what he thought was your ex. So, yes. And the article didn't actually say that you had cyber sex with your father. But did I want to know if those 2 comments read the entire article?
Why wouldn't... Because why would anyone want to hear about a grown man having cyber sex with... I'm in! I'm buying the book! Why would you want to hear that?
I guess you clicked on it. I mean, I wanted to hear it this whole time, but I forget that, when anyone hears just a little bit of it, they don't always take your side. When they hear actual points, it's like, oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, maybe we can't do this anymore. Yes, I understand. Oh, let me just say you make this old man's libido jingle. I'll just say that. That's like I said the other day. That's just part 1.
Yeah.
There's 5 parts. You'll be on my side by the end. I promise you. It's disgusting. And I sent the article to my dad.
I can't. Did you just say that?
Yes. I sent it from Kat's fake email from way back.
Like, you're serious about this?
Yes.
You sent the article.
I sent the article. I wrote.
Summarizes everything perfectly about what you did to your dad. You sent to your dad, who yes. I know you already sent keithandthegirl.com/dad, but that has links and audio, and he's an old man, and he's like, where's this? And how come I downloaded a virus? This is an article. These are words he can read.
Right. The subject is, hey there, uh-oh. And then the body of the email is, uh-oh, I was afraid of something like this. And then the Vulture link, the actual link, not /Vulture, so that you can see stuff so that you can read words like vulture.com/article/Keith McGraw podcast best episode. Then under that, I wrote love cat.
Oh my God.
I didn't get a response back yet.
You didn't? Did any of your siblings get any kind of email?
I don't think he's going to want to bring it up to them for sure.
Right. What's the feeling after you send that? Because
enjoyable. I wasn't going to do it. I can't tell you where my line is. It makes no sense, but I wasn't going to send it. Then I told that to my brother and he said, "Oh, why not?" And I'm like, done. Okay. Why not indeed? And then 2 days went by or so. And I'm like, I'm going to do it.
Why not is a question. Done is not an answer.
That sounds like, it sounded like it was a period. Why not? Period.
Why not usually comes with 2 columns, positive, negative, Okay. I'm going to ask the question that I think we've been asking on the show. And I think we should make this sort of a thing. Did it please you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it did please me.
Okay. I think, if you do it and it pleases you.
It pleased me very much.
Okay.
Yeah. I love it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Continues.
All right. Today's guest, he's joining us, part of this sickness. From Comedy Central and Last Comic Standing, the album, I just listened to it again, called No More. You'll like a lot. KNOW, No More. Robert Mack. Hello, Robert.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being here. This is so funny because we found you through a mutual fan who came to see Mike Kaplan, I believe, in the DC show, and you were on the lineup as well. And it's so funny because we've known Mike Kaplan for years. And now that we're like in front of you, I'm like, oh, Mike Kaplan can only have friends that look like Zach Sherwin. This is great. Yeah. So everyone's on brand. Welcome to the show.
He knows what he likes. Yeah. Mike knows what he likes. Before we started the show, we said, of course, the obligatory, how you doing? And you said, okay. Is it Afghanistan problems, Haiti, the coronavirus, or is it something more personal? How you doing over there, Robert?
I would say it's all of the above, but okay. more timely is I lost a gig today, and I have to try to find a way to refund their deposit.
No, you're still here.
Another
you lost a
gig
because of the virus.
They're canceling because they're scared of the virus,
and you have to give back. And what do you have to give back?
I have to give back the deposits.
No, you don't.
That's what I'm trying to tell them. But according to the bank, it's a little confusing on how the payment got in and how to refund it. So that's what I was working on.
So they're paying you ahead, so you save the date. What percent do they pay?
50%.
Okay.
Which is it's a mortgage payment. I don't want to have to give that up. So I'm saying, hey, I'll just hold on to it and we don't have to worry about fees. And then we'll just postpone the event. And they said, they're doctors. They want their money back. So
should they have to give you something, do you think? Or, hey, it's the virus. Everything's up in the air.
Everything's up in the air. I'm afraid of other gigs losing, like my Kissing Booth gig in Miami.
Oh, no.
That's going to.
Oh, no.
But yeah, that's on the list. Plus the other things you mentioned. I've stopped watching the news. It's the worst show on television. I mean, who comes up with this stuff?
Can you do me a favor and explain Afghanistan to everybody? Go ahead.
Sure. It's a lot like what happened in Vietnam that was started over 20 years ago, and now it's unraveling now.
Oh boy.
Why the news just say it like that? Unraveling. Well, we understand unraveling. That's how we've been feeling for a year and a half.
It's unraveling. It's us trying to tell people how to have a democracy, and they don't want a democracy. They have a thing that works their own way. Thank you very much. And we have to leave. And the minute you leave, it's going to go bad. And the longer you wait, the worse it's going to be. And the quicker you do it, it's pulling off a Band-Aid. It's horrific.
You're on a plane, you're finally leaving Afghanistan, coming back to America as a soldier, and then, wait a minute, is this plane turning around?
Yeah. Oh, no, I got to go go save me.
We're back. Now, I see on Twitter a lot of military strategists, apparently I follow. I didn't realize.
Yes, I'm putting on my strategist hat. I was an epidemiologist, viral specialist when I wasn't being a mental health specialist during the Olympics. So I'm pretty versatile in all of these things.
I made Hemda real sad the other day because I wasn't even thinking much. I could have said it in a better way, but I just read in the news if you have an autoimmune disease, which she does in a big way, she's half dead now, you're going to need a third shot. And did you call your doctor since then? Did it ruin your whole day hearing this news?
You know what? I didn't call my doctor. I didn't look it up because the plans that I have are like at least 2 weeks out at the time. Now they're getting a little bit closer, but I just kind of want to do what I want to do anyway, but I know I have to make the call.
Right. And Robert, as you're changing different faces like an Instagram filter, it's not distracting.
No,
oh my God,
I'm feeling half dead as well. So I just wanted to.
I see, you're Frankenstein.
to commiserate a little bit with you.
Okay, can I explain what just happened? Because I was actually looking at Keith on my Zoom exclusively because.
Me too.
And then I kind of looked up to think, and then when I came back down, Robert, you really did look half dead, and I thought you were joking.
No, it's a zombie. It's a zombie filter. I've got a couple. I'm afraid we're going to have to come back to Zoom shows. I did some Zoom shows last year, and we had a lot of fun, and we would do all sorts of silly stuff on and play different characters and hit a button and be somebody else and do all of that. But I don't want to come back to that. But that's unfortunately, I think is.
It seems like you have it down. You just went through 10 different faces. I think you're kind of into it.
Well, it's fun when you have them all lined up, but
I see it's a hotkey. Yeah.
Performing to a little dot like that is no fun. And the last month has been great performing in front of people again.
Sure.
But
I'd see some of those Zoom shows, and yeah, a lot of people just believe you can just, send a link out there and that's the end of it. And there's not the behind the scenes that you have to do. So next thing you know, you as a comic have a listener has the exact same power on their window. So all of a sudden I'm seeing a comic tell a joke. Then it cuts to the audience member because they start talking. And what they said was, I'm thinking of one specifically. I don't get it.
But that's the show. That's democracy at its finest. Everyone gets to put in their 2 cents. It sounds like somebody didn't know how to spotlight the comedians. Which is another thing.
But it'd switch over when somebody's dog is barking in a house and you see people doing dishes. Do you know that if you can bring dishes to a comic club in real life, I think people would wash them? I mean, what are you doing? I'm at home. Why don't I vacuum? Okay.
Yeah, why not? I'm just watching the show. This guy stumbling with the zombie face on.
But you know what? I go to anonymous meetings online, which is very difficult because what happens is Zoom picks up your name and then suggests it for you on Facebook. So now I'm seeing the anonymous people being suggested to me as friends. But aside from that, somebody's talking about the hardships that they have. They have 3 minutes. They already have the light. And then a new person comes into the room and isn't muted. And they're like, sweetheart, I'll get that to you in a minute. Ruff, ruff. And then my mom died. And you're like, okay, when do we chime in and tell this person that they're unmuted?
Right.
And that is what I'm afraid is going to happen again. I think the last month has been a nice experiment, but the way some of these red states are turning, I think all of those shows that I have scheduled there are going to shut down. I have a tour next week in Georgia.
No, you don't.
Not anymore. I've got upcoming shows in Texas and Arizona, and those places I think are going to be the first to shut down or limit ticket sales or limit seating, and so I'm fearful of that.
Coronavirus cases are surging in 40 states.
40, that's all of them. Nobody can name more than 20. Okay,
right.
So this is all of them.
Keith, can you name the 10 that are
not? I'm going to assume the good ones, but I don't want to ruffle feathers. I think we know the 10, right? They vote a certain way.
I don't know. My state was number 1 in vaccinations a while ago. It was at 78%.
Where's that?
I'm in Maryland, right outside DC.
Okay.
Which is it's a smaller state, so I think it's easier to get people.
Did you move there from Arizona?
Yes, correct.
And what made you move there?
A bunch of reasons. My wife was going to school. We have a kid who fits in better here, and I was getting more corporate stuff, more high-end gigs that are limited in Arizona, and there's a whole industry here of events and meetings.
Wow, that's everybody. You get sort of nervous, like, why did you move? And it's like, oh, my wife got a job. And it's like, okay. Oh, my will do better here. All right. And then it's like, I can get better jobs. No one had to compromise.
Right.
That's amazing. That should have been 3 of your biggest fights minimum.
For a moment, it looked like that. I don't want to get into too much details, but the move was good for all of us. And I love where I live. I'm right outside of DC. It's diverse. It's one of the most diverse places in the country. It's cosmopolitan. It's close to the capital, which has art and culture and politics and restaurants.
That's good to hear, because my brother just moved and his family just got there yesterday to Austin. And that is one of the bigger fuck up states. I think they started the parade of fuck uppetry, and he just got there.
But Austin is the blue dot in the Red Sea. So if you have to be
no, Texas, Corona knows that. That's good. Yeah,
it doesn't cross town lines.
No.
Are your friends and family all on board with the vaccine, or do you have to look at some of them like, oh God, I didn't know?
Even the ones that I was skeptical about have got the shots. So So everyone is on board. Even the kid who's 17, we had to wait until her age range was available, and we got ours in the same place, and it happens to be a place that was run by FEMA. It was hundreds of people. I never stood in one place more than 30 seconds. They're like, come here, go here, sign this, go there, sit down. It was a military operation in a good way.
You say, like, she was, your kid was able to get it when they called their age range. And it made me feel like, oh, this could sound like the draft to people. And maybe that's what they're mistaking this for.
Maybe because it's a literal military operation. At least it was for me. Everybody's in the fatigues.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Get your shot.
I don't know how else to tell people, but Keith mentioned Twitter. I was looking on Twitter, and it's we're preaching to the choir. And you can't shame people into doing it. You're supposed to empathize with them and understand.
I know. I understand you're an idiot. But I mean, how do you?
I don't think you do.
What is the, like? I understand. Oh, I'm a deplorable. I'll show you deplorable. I'll deliberately vote against my interest. I understand that's what's going on. But what is the other option? I don't know. They're that
stubbornness. They're stubborn, and it's not about the facts or their education. It's how they're putting their opinions based on how it fits in with their outlook on life. And
so we were talking about Chet Hayes, and he's saying, "Hey, I don't know what's in this fucking vaccine. I'm not taking it." Motherfucker, Google what's in tattoo ink. It should scare you.
It's the same stuff. You should be able to tattoo people, give them the vaccine. That's it. Great idea.
The answer's not ink.
Free tattoos. Come in, everybody. Free tattoo with a MAGA hat on. They come in, you give it to them. They don't even know.
One of the jabs is a shot.
Yeah. I mean, a tattoo is what? 1,000 needle pricks per second?
I could sneak one in. It's illegal, right? If I go around and I just start stabbing people with the vaccine, you can't do that, right?
Not that I will have to check. We'll see what the governor says.
Yeah, you know what? Check your sources, just like they're checking their sources. They're like, I did some research. Well, I did research too, and apparently this is legal. Are we getting it from the same webpage?
Webpage? I just read kids' T-shirts. That's what I'm going by. Have you seen the one that says, spoiler alert, Jesus was not vaccinated, and it's some teen girl.
Oh, real smart. He died at 33, dum-dum.
Yes. And it's a spoiler alert, so I don't have to finish reading the book.
Right. Right. He didn't live to a nice age. Maybe don't follow what he's up to.
Maybe. Yeah, plus he's the all-being, master of time, space, and dimension, so maybe he's stronger than a...
Right.
Anyway, this is every conversation turns into the same thing. How come we're smart and other people aren't?
Right. Was the 17-year-old getting restless? How's he holding up?
She?
Excuse me. How's she holding up?
She's a bit of a homebody, and she has spent the last 16 months inside, so she's comfortable with that. But now she can at least go out and see friends. And because people are scared to work, she's got a job now, so she goes out a couple times a week and works in a restaurant as a host.
My girlfriend has 3 kids. They're at a wedding now, and so I was house sitting, and the 13-year-old has a turtle and a little fish, and both died.
What?
So yeah, both of them are dead.
The turtle died.
A turtle died, yeah.
The never-ending life of a turtle.
Yeah, they're how old was
died.
the turtle? They live to be over 100.
The turtle is an heirloom that gets passed generation to generation because it won't die. There are turtle ponds overrun in, I think, multiple places, or it sounds like a good thing to make up. The turtle died.
The turtle died, and I think it's because the directions I get are always throw it some food sometimes, And I'm like, okay, but I'm not a vet, so you might want to write this down. Yeah. Every other day, something with the fish. Okay, so this is what you're gonna have, So
the turtle and the fish died because something with the food.
Who knows? You got to tell me what's going on.
You were in charge when this happened.
The turtle died not on my watch.
Oh, okay. On a kid's watch?
No. I guess my girlfriend's watch.
Okay.
I guess the son was away for something else, and so he would be heartbroken. So we're gonna go to Petco, and I'm gonna substitute the turtle so that when he comes back, he never knows.
I smell a movie script.
Right. But it turns out they got the turtle. They happen to be in Chinatown where they sell you those baby turtles. It's actually illegal. So Petco doesn't have turtles that small.
Let the turtle die.
Well, we because we couldn't 13 because we couldn't anyway. So we had to break the news about the turtle dying. So it really made him say he's very sensitive. And then on top of it, a fish got sucked into the filter. And the mom's like, I can't tell him everything's fucking dying. So I went to Petco and got a new fish, but I don't see how we're going to be able to trick him. But anyway, there's a new fish in there today.
Are you joking about all of this? Wow. Okay. So, is this a fun weekend like Bernie had that one time or 3 or how many movies are there?
Well, it's a whole new fish. So I'm not like putting, sticks and stuff and moving the fish like a marionette.
So he can't just know that a fish died.
And the turtle, though. It's so much, I guess. I don't know.
So
the mom knows best about this kid. I don't know.
We have and we might see them. We have new kittens that we got 4 days ago.
Right.
So to replace a cat we had to put down. So
that's good. Never let them know.
Never let them know.
Yeah, I assume your daughter doesn't know. It's just too much.
She figured it out.
What are you gonna do?
Well, the tough part is when you have the vet come over. We had a vet come over to put the cat down, and the cat figured out what was happening and perked up. You know when you take your car into the vet or to the mechanic?
Right.
And nothing is working, but the second you pull onto the mechanic's lot, everything's working fine. That's what happened when Dr. Kat Vorkin came over, and Luna's on her back feet. She's whistling and playing tennis like she's in an ad for a retirement community. And we're like, the vet's here. We've already paid, and we've already got this scheduled. But then she threw up, and we're like, that's more like it. Go ahead. And so we had to.
Oh, God. Was everyone around for the death?
My daughter decided not to be, and but it's tough to watch that. But
yeah.
She was an old cat and needed it. But the 2 new ones, we got 2 new ones, and they're great. They're, like I said, they're running around.
Oh my God.
So that filled the hole that Luna created. We filled with the 2 new ones.
All right. Wow. Okay. Let's see. What death story do I have? One time I can hear Xerxes coughing so much while I'm recording that I muted myself and checked if he died. Does that count?
Sure. We'll take that.
Okay.
I wondered, like, yeah, there's no way I didn't see what the color of the old fish was. I know it's like a purple.
Google.
So we're gonna
you didn't try to match it at all?
the best I could, but they have the fish or they don't have the fish. I can't draw on it.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Those Sharpies, they got those waterproof Sharpies now.
Well, so the fish went into the filter. We got a new fish. 2 days later, now on my watch, that fish died. So I got a third fish.
Oh my God.
So there's no way, like each time we're getting the closest fish we can find. So now it's not even the same kind of fish.
Keith, you're the touch of death.
Yeah. Yeah. Why would you put me in charge of anything?
This is the goofiest fucking thing. Are you serious?
Yeah. And that's what I was like, like you guys are saying, I should just tell them it's dead. Everything's dead. Everything is dead.
And this is my first time here. This is a comedy podcast, right? I'm so excited to be here. It's my first and last time. I got a tickle in the back of my throat every time I'll be fine. Don't worry. We'll make it to this.
And I was in a hurry picking up the fish. So the woman in front of me at the cashier, the clerk said, do you want to buy a bag for 5 cents? And I don't know if people, you don't want to count anybody's money, but hey, people, just get the fucking bag. You're picking things off the shelf, not looking at the price. But now it's 5 cents for a bag. You really got to fucking debate. What kind of bag? Can I reuse it myself? Is it state mandated, the tax? Or is it from the city? Like, who gives a fuck? I put down $1 and I went, give her 20 bags. It's her day.
Money bags indeed.
Yeah. Like, you can have all the fucking bags now.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I thought you meant the bag that the fish was in, because they come in a little bag, and I thought that was a nickel. And if you could say no and you just carry it in your hand.
You know what I did?
That's what you're getting at.
No, I didn't think to get a bag.
Give me some wasabi. I'm good.
I just put my hand in the tank. Oh, no.
Did she take you up on it or spit on you?
No, she did. She took one back.
And she had you pay for it?
She did. She left the rest of the money on the counter. And so then I used the rest of the money for me.
So stupid.
Yeah, but it sped things up.
What kind of fucking day are you having over there?
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Did this one make it?
I don't know yet. I'm here now. But I just put it into the tank, so I think it should last a day or two, and then it'll be the kid's fault.
The first one got stuck in the filter. What happened to the second one?
The second one just started floating.
It's a fish.
Yeah. Big X's on its eyes.
How long has he had these 12 fish? When did the series just right? Because fish don't last, right?
I don't know. They're like $20.
I remember we went to LA. We were doing like a live show, a bunch of podcasts. So Keith and I were staying at this Airbnb, great place, 2 rooms and like the washer dryer, a whole like actual living space. But we were so upset because they didn't tell us that we had to take care of their pet. Their pet was a fish. And we were like, did you feed it? I think I fed it. We're supposed to do it twice. The whole thing was just so stressful. Like, it's going to die on our watch because we didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, nobody gives you the right rules either. It's like, drop a couple pellets in there. Like, does it say that on the box? Drop a couple pellets in when you feel it.
Yeah. The fish. I mean, in a perfect world.
Hello, little tag.
Instructions right there.
Well, anyway, I just joined up for BetterHelp, so I'm very excited.
Very good. Yes.
2021, mental health is finally a thing. Okay, so many people are struggling right now and they aren't feeling like their normal selves. Well, therapy helps. And it's real easy to sign up too. Kind of fun. You get one of those little quizzes. What's bumming you out? Did your dad ever try to have intercourse with your ex-wife? You click what applies.
Is that the first question?
It's in a list. You get a long list of questions. Join the millions of people who are seeing what therapy is really about. See if it's for you, because you're your greatest asset. That's what I think. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. And Keith and the Girl listeners get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/KATG. That's betterhelp.com/KATG.
You know, it's a really good time to sign up because you just had a couple losses in your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
This should help you pull through.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. What's your plans now that that gig was canceled? Is it a U day or what?
It's try to book something else.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, like I said, I don't want to have to go back to last year. I in all honesty, I felt pretty calm for a year and a half, and I really didn't get stressed out until 3 weeks ago when all these gigs started to rebook, and I said, "This feels great. When's the other shoe going to drop?" And now they're falling. And
you're sorry you asked. It was a fun 3 weeks, right? When we could not wear the mask. That was a good time.
It was.
We enjoyed that. Well.
And I'm afraid. I mean, my wife is a nurse, so I kind of have an ear.
Oh yeah.
Into that world of what's going to happen. And I know different states have different school starting times. Ours starts in 2 weeks, and I'm just afraid that in 2 weeks most of the nation's kids will be back in school, and those without mask mandates are going to, the COVID rates are going to increase in those states. And I just want to know.
Does your school have a mask mandate?
It will, yes.
Okay.
Are they not having options to have school from home still?
Not in our county.
Has your wife seen terrible things with COVID, being a nurse?
She has seen some. She has lost some patients, but she works with a different population, so she doesn't see it nearly as much as frontline people.
Does she try to convince people to get the vaccine?
Oh, all day.
Yeah.
Until she's blue in the face, and there are people who lose a parent, lose another parent, and they refuse.
Does she ever lose her shit at what do you call them? Patients? I almost said customers. Oh, well, I don't really know what's in it. Like, you dumb motherfucker! I do!
Yes.
I know what's in it.
Her language is a little bit different than that.
Okay.
A little more diplomatic, but she has to convince people, and she has to be diplomatic, and she has to be empathetic and listen to what they're saying. But I mean, nursing in general, you're not supposed to be judgmental of your patients, but
it's hard at this point when you have some of these hospitals literally have no ICU beds left. I don't know.
Well, he just said that
control yourself.
People watch their one parent die of it, then their second parent die of it, and they're still not convinced.
And they're like, I don't know what's in it, or the fake news that I watch tells me not to do it, or there's a microchip in it, or there's so many excuses. Right. My gut feeling is it's mostly political. And
I would wonder if any nurse or doctors had a patient's last words be, "I made a mistake."
I've heard of many cases of that, and I've seen little snippets on Reddit and a couple clips on Twitter, but I don't know why those don't go mainstream, because those are the most powerful messages you could get. When somebody says, "I was wrong, I should have got it. Please tell everybody."
Some of those make it through, and it just doesn't matter. It's like, I don't know, it's believing in God. And then on your 18th birthday, somebody says, "Hey, listen, here's these other ways of thinking. Here's what they thought God was." And you're presented with all of this. And you're like, your parents have given it up years ago and just wanted you to continue. And you're still in it.
I didn't wait till I was 18. I went to Catholic school, and I started questioning it much earlier than that. But
Catholic school will help you do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they explain it more to you. And then you're like, oh, okay. My dad was a Catholic priest. And I'm like, oh, so you told me everything. Okay. Well, now I know it's insane.
It's, I don't want to get into that. But yeah, at a certain age, I realized, they buy the stories of the magic apple and talking snake. And it's fairy tale to me, literally.
Will your daughter be like happen to be watching some religious show on TV, and you got to be like, no.
She will not. That will not be happening. No.
Okay. All right.
I like that you said, I don't want to talk about it, but these stories of the apples and the things, that's ridiculous, right? I mean, I don't want to get into it, but garbage, right?
It really starts goofy as fuck. Is that okay to say?
There's some good lessons to be learned.
Are there what? What? Name one. Everybody says that. What's one good one?
Be forgiving. How about that?
Mhm. I don't know, but I didn't get to that
Turn
one.
the other cheek and get a shot in that one.
But then there's also eye for eye, so it's a little contradictory. But there is the don't covet the neighbors, whatever. But then there's also I turned this person into a pillar of salt because she turned around for 5 seconds. There's a lot of inconsistencies in the forgiven. For somebody who's asking for everybody to forgive other people, he's got no forgiveness sometimes.
Don't kill.
Ways.
Oh yeah,
very mysterious. Don't. These are my rules. Don't kill. Don't rape. Don't like your friend's car too much. Like, okay, this is all in the same list. Okay.
But then he did all of it.
Well, he's a
he created incest the way it is. He destroyed the whole world and everybody living except for Noah and maybe a couple other people.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Do as the devil does. I have a feeling the devil is a nicer being.
It seems the most tolerable religion, the Satanism. You know? And now Robert's sane. How do you do that so fast?
There's a button. You just set a button. So
he presets it.
Yeah,
Robert has been changing characters this entire time. So if you want to catch any YouTube video, catch this one when it gets on there. It's on Keith and the Girl.
Go to my website and come out to my Georgia shows.
If I have them, let's stay positive.
Oh, yeah. Every conversation comes to the same thing, though. That's what I'm finding.
Well, we're living in the now, and this is what's happening now.
This is exactly. And there's no way around it.
Nope.
Have you been working on stuff during the pandemic, or does it do the opposite? Does it suck your creative juices?
At first, I started to do these shows where instead of performing on a stage, I'm performing in this box and playing with costumes and backgrounds and filters and all of that. And that was very fun and creative. I got burned out on that. And then I had a couple of issues. I had a rotator cuff surgery, and then I had a spinal infection, and we had a little kitchen fire, and then we had
so you got to go out.
So we got to go out.
Yeah.
And we had to put a cat down. So I've had other things.
Right.
But like I said, this last month, going out and doing shows without the mask on, and people are staring at my face, and I'm like, hey, I also have a body. Eyes down here. So I would say it's been a creative reimagining of things. But now I'm waiting and seeing what happens with the venues and states and my entire fall. I've got a lot of stuff booked for fall, and I'm just.
I know that you're in a place, right? Because, it seems like you've managed to live in that now place for a year and a half. You were sort of rewarded, for lack of a better word, for like 3-4 weeks going out and living your before normal life. And now you just don't want to. And you seem like more resistant now, and that you can't get back to that space.
That is I would say, an accurate read. But doing some shows and people approaching after the shows and they want to hug and kiss, and that is the thing that I started to get a little claustrophobic. And then
that's scary.
Of course. So.
Well, think about it. Your wife's going to have work for a very long time, as long as you don't.
Right. Right. The more you don't work, the more she can bring into the family.
That's a good way. Silver linings, right?
Right.
Silver linings.
Take a look at robertmack.com. See what's doing, and you find a date on there that you can make it with Robert. You do yourself that favor and do it. Am I saying things out of line, Robert?
No, you're saying perfect. That's fine. That's great. And if you're in the Georgia area, please tell all your friends. I got some shows coming up in Georgia, and I would love for you guys to be there.
Excellent.
The shows are going to be really, really funny.
He's Pinocchio now. Don't forget to click like on social media for everything that you like. Do you like it? Then poke it. Hemda calls it fingering, but I'm not as vulgar. Click the like button for whatever pleases you. Thank you very much. And we'll talk to you soon.
KeithAndTheGirl.com